All right, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The cat is wrinkling on paper, so we have a guest. And there is the request. Hello there, beautiful.
Hello.
How are you
Hello,
this
Kat.
evening?
I'm to see you.
What's that?
I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, I can see you.
Very dark. Try to make it not so dark.
There we go, that's better. Have to be able to see your beautiful face.
Gonna do my best here.
All right, we have some people strolling in, so let's do our introductions. Welcome to the Poetry Kingdom and our weekly live prompt read this week on spirituality. Let's get metaphysical.
Yes, let's ask.
This is, I think, personally one of our favorite topics. Um,
Absolutely.
we are a wild couple, um, Hellenistic, witchy, Catholic.
Greco-Roman, nothing better.
Absolutely, the perfect confluence.
Are you going first? Or
I
am I?
think you are first.
Okay. Okay, I'm going first. The first piece is from me, and it's called Arete. I'm covered in mud and blood, still fighting. That mountaintop is a bitch to climb. I'm clawing, drawing breath from lightning, and I'm running out of time. Toil till I'm one with Arete, my will, the sword that manifests the way. All my effort invested today defines it, even if I can't climb it.
Mm. Love that intensity and that sense of struggle, but determination, and also the dirtiness of the struggle. You know, the
Active
bloodiness
Sisyphus
of the
happy.
struggle.
That was part of my inspiration there.
Absolutely, love
Difficult
it.
to imagine. Perhaps the striving is part of the happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and now the first one I have is by Joyce West, and this is called Unverifiable Personal Gnosis. I'm a curious spirit, so having seen the acronym UPG, I went on a path of discovery, but as usual, found myself sidetracked. However Hail Marys that you require give me, or even wash my mouth out with soap and water, please, as my search revealed, at last, two meanings for the acronym UPG, and with my twisted mind definitely not full of grace, I completed and combined, and maybe had my own UPG. For one meaning is, of course, unverifiable personal gnosis. So my own direct experience of deity is more authentic than any dogmatic beliefs held by a spiritual community. Well, I'll go along with that at various times, with or without chemical assistance. I've dabbled in spiritualism, subliminal perversion, ideology, tantric yoga, etc., etc., and have a compendium of recruiting UPGs before I ever realized their name. And this is where I add my last name. For the UPG of the Urban Dictionary tells me UPG stands for unsolicited penis glance. When your eyes are drawn downward, so many cyclists in Speedos or inflated ballet dancers, I've now become obsessional to the extent that my two UPGs have combined forces to create an as yet unknown variant. God, do I need help? Is there a vaccine for it? Or should I form a cult? Where's the Brandie, please?
I'm so glad you read that one. I wouldn't have made it through it.
I
That took a turn.
it definitely it took a while to Joyce.
I had no idea. She educated me.
She's very hip apparently.
Apparently.
I had no idea.
I wouldn't have made it through that one. You did flawlessly.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. That was impressive.
I,
Wow.
aside from making sure that we read our own pieces, I didn't put any thought to who read what. And then I got to this one. I'm like, oh, this one's mine. Oh, okay. Of course, this one's mine.
Blessing. I would have lost it. Okay. 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 I can do this. The next one is from Joanne Lee. Jolie. And it's from the Anima prompt. Okay. Anima. Anima. Chorus of chant. Breathe on exhaling infinity. Anima. Anima. Words known decant. A template to rise in divinity. Anima. Anima. Seek ye shall find. Third eye shall lift higher plane. Anima. Anima. Known in your heart. The song that will rise up again. Anima. Anima. Spirit gone wild. Gallop beyond what I see. Anima. Anima. Horse of my heart. Spirit set wandering free. Anima. Anima. Pounding within. The blood-raising heights set to boil. Anima. Anima. Sacrifice thee. And humblest attain of thy toil. Anima. Anima. Bloodletting be to a brotherhood born of thy soul. Anima. Anima. Gravitate. I apologize. Hold on. I am using my daughter's phone. And she has her thing set to close. Anima, anima, gravitate me to a native that harrows me whole. Jolie. Apologize. Had a mistake. But that was a really good one. It was very nice.
Very, very beautiful. I love how it kind of starts off like really kind of delicate and elegant, and then it gets a little bit more intense and escalates as the piece goes on.
It was set to a little Indian girl with her war pony. So that was the basis of that vibe. It fit really well.
Jolie is always fantastic.
Absolutely.
All right, this one is a sonnet by W.C. Fillmore. You have a sonnet writer. It's always super impressive. It's called Eternal. Another day, why must they end? Another day, why must they end with why? How long will he give me to testify? This world will end and he will send the truth Our souls will survive until we see proof that consciousness has a different level. This is not about angel and devil. We transcend to an awareness within till the moment we begin to ascend, and then our sin is ended and mended, perfection descending into existence, complete knowingness in the stark stillness where the peace pervades its light's brilliance. See, we suffer the pain to feel the joy. Our eternal spirit, he won't destroy.
That was great, Will. I really love that piece. That was a great share. Thank you so much for including that with this reading. That was wonderful.
Yeah, I love the transcendence of it, and the kind of, in the end, the tranquility, and the peace from, like, ascending so many different human concepts of good and evil and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I was on that one. Now we're on to the next. And this one is another one by Joyce West. Salvation's Salutation. I'm a piece of detritus, floating on the sea of life, torn apart by the gun's salvo, washed up salvage on the shore, salvable and dried for the flame. First applying salves to my body, salve veritati from my judgment day. Salvation, now beyond me, as the devil salivates, in anticipation of my salinity. Salacious looks of desire fire up his appetite to serve me up as salmagundi, a dish of unknown origins, piled up on silver salvers. I am learning a salutary lesson, and my salad days are still before me. No sal volatile to revive me. My swallowness indicative of my expiry, no longer a saleable commodity in salons of society. It seems salvationary hopes slip away, so I go to my Hadean salvation, saluting cerebral guards, salaming my devilish savior. That was so hard. God. The message is so profound, but the wording is just difficult. That one's hard. I'm sorry, Joyce. I kind of brutalized that one. It was a great write.
Oh yeah, fantastic. The language is brilliant. It's too brilliant.
Ooh, for my mind, that one was over my head. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
I find some of her stuff is like it's really difficult. It's awesome, but it's challenging.
Yes, it's awesome. An amazing piece.
All right. Breathe. Okay, this one is by Wayne Garofalo Stubbs. It is called Poemtopia. Paradise on a page, a verbal jungle on stage, heaven on earth is an existing place. This is forever. This is nirvana. No fear of phobia. Read with me. Dream with me. This is our poemtopia. State of mind which transcends us to higher beauty, a day of light which propels the desire for a perfect reality. Let the sun be the water of our life, Let the moon take our stories at night, bask in the glory of peace on earth. Read with me, dream with me. This is our poemtopia. Let tranquility be Mother Nature's arms. Embrace the silence from her blissful warmth. She knows best. She will guide you to this place, a poemtopia we all call. Your time is nigh. Hear the sound of tropical birds in the Elysian fields. As your heartbeat slows down, the vision of your senses becomes Greek. Feel the kiss of a majestic euphoria. Read with me, dream with me. This is our escape. This is our poemtopia. Keep breathing, keep reading. Welcome, Garden of Eden.
That was really beautiful. Like the part about dreaming being our escape.
I love the perspective in it and the take of it, as art being transcendent and spiritual. And
Yes,
and
that was.
and although that you cannot tell, I almost lost my shit because Captain was behaving very strangely. He was bumping his head into the wall, and I heard it, and I looked over it, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm about to lose my shit. What are you doing, you little weirdo? But yeah, that was an awesome piece.
You have way better composure than me. Okay, the next one is for the Nirvana prompt, and it's also from W.C. Fillmore. Antononia, when I bone ya, then I never phone ya. I'm down in the mouth. My happy place is gone south. I'm a heck of a wreck and I get sick quick. You'll have to give me a sec while I flick my bick. Another hit, feel the rush. Must be the Hindu Kush. Get in the zone, stone to the bone, buds on the bush. Holy smokes, drags and tokes, bloodshot mirror. Lose the stress, take a rest. Nirvana getting nearer.
Very,
I made it
very.
through that one, Will. You should be proud of me.
Yeah, you did an awesome job. I was losing it just listening to it. That's
Nice one, Will.
that was wild because we got two by Will that were very different.
Yes. Equating Kush with Nirvana. I could kind of get behind that. That's all right,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely. I'm all about it. All right, and I have Joyce West, Animism.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have you sat for hours holding that? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
This is a really
This is
this is a
I
poem
was
about
playing.
this is a poem about death and grief. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
there's nothing in the poem that's actually funny, but I
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
all right,
I'm sorry.
all right.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Composure. All right. Super serious now. Super serious. Fuck. I'm gonna get through
Wait.
this. All right.
We can do this.
Very, very
All good.
pressing, sad thoughts.
Yes.
Have you sat for hours holding the hand of somebody dying, waiting for them to draw their last breath, not wanting them to die, but not wanting them to live. Each laborious breath, a knife between the ribs, a groan, the heart stopping, silence, but then another deep breath, and the suffering carries on. Then the unexpectedly, or so it seems, death comes a-calling unannounced, like a burglar, to steal the family silver. A gasp, surprise, a rattle, and then a gentle breeze, riding from the now deceased. It curls upward, briefly halting, looking down, and sighing with relief. The anima, the human spirit, saying farewell to earthly memories, before it moves on to become one with all those who have gone before, or are soon to join the universal spirit. A blessed sigh of relief follows from the one left behind, who stores away the knowledge of what happened from another day not so far away.
That was an incredible piece of the doorway between life and death. I really enjoyed that, right? Very much.
It was
Very
very,
expected.
very beautifully crafted, and I love the duality between the suffering and the grief and the release.
Yes. It's a terrible thing to have to experience, but we're all going to experience it someday.
Absolutely.
Okay. My next one is Jyoti Arya, and it's called A Conscience, a Wind Chime. A ripple brimming lake, since first amber glimpse, serves wisdom broth in an incendiary rib cage. Broth topples, its soliloquy trickles into the next stanza. Under some moons, hedgehog blanket clasps. In other dawns, equivocal chalkboard solves. Cumulus on a teetering stool, painting an experiential terrain. Showers translucent, we are in her garb. Time out for chalkboard. Bells ring for introspection mode. That shapeshifter knocks barely at our doors. Though before we ask anyone, she stoops to our toes. Glistening as a dew, she emits laurel leaves. In a desolate larynx, her chimes are revered. Wind chime hung, transcendence, our free will.
Wow, that's the wordplay is so engaging and unique, and yeah, for sure, the imagery, the atmosphere, the hauntedness
The
of
mood
it.
setting, yeah,
That's a fucking brilliant piece.
yes, I agree. Beautifully done.
Right, now we have a Joyce West with Nirvana. This is not about radio-friendly unit shifter, sadly enough. And if anybody knows Nirvana enough to get that deep cut, we salute you.
Yes, true fan.
All right, Nirvana. Nirvana, a world tossed around its true meaning, abused by giddy lovers in post-coital embrace, grinning foolishly now they're spent. The lick of cooling ice on a heated day, briefly melting on the tongue as condensation drops, immediate heat dissipating, satiated by the licking tongue. Lying in a field of grass, wildflowers and buzzing bees, a feeling of contentment, bliss, for no other reason than being. Perhaps nearer to nirvana than the previous two, but not within the ideological. That I will never achieve, as I have forsaken religion and its quasi-alternatives, my nirvana will be the peace when at the end of my allocated time, the scales show a balance, tipped towards kindness rather than any deficiencies, although there are plenty of those. So if nirvana really does exist, I have many more lives to go before I have hope of attaining it.
Astounding.
I
Brilliant,
love
beautiful.
the multiple perspectives in this piece. Every stanza is like a new way of viewing it.
She knows more than she lets on, definitely.
Very wise. And that was another case where I almost laughed again when she talked about whether nirvana exists. I'm like, yes, nirvana existed. Kurt Cobain lived.
He was real.
He was
Damn it.
Kurt Cobain was real. I
We were
believe
there.
I believe in Kurt Cobain.
I believe. Okay, the next one is from the Nirvana prompt also. Let's see. Okay, 8 and 7. Fire, poison, burn, die, a wild man's world. The truth, we burn in fire, we drink the poison, and both are our desire. Last night in the dream, I saw the stream, everybody swimming against the stream. My dream, keep me alive with your sweet lies. Nirvana.
Wow. Damn, that
Pretty
is,
intense. You gotta kind of chew on that for a minute.
yeah, that is some super intense, evocative ideas and imagery, which you wouldn't typically expect with the idea of nirvana, but that's so true. And I love the bit about the fire.
And the poison in both are our desire. I thought that
Mm,
was a fantastic line pulled together there. That was good.
completely unique. Awesome. All right, next piece by Chaos Odesland called Divine Nature. Nature is cold, brutal, harmonious and beautiful. Wilderness, ranges, society, man too. Instincts subconsciously conquer us daily in variety, abandoning the young, devouring babies, wars of bees, ant slavery, primal struggle to invade other colonies, hosts of fungi creating mind-controlled zombies, targeting older, weaker, younger, and smaller with impunity, embodying animalistic hierarchies, rivalries concerning resources and territories, mates victims to cannibalistic sexuality, vicious beastly predators crouched camouflage well, dominance secured high upon food chain apex is swell, lower is hell, fangs in jaws, claws in paws. Facial angles, measuring sizes, craniums, post-industrial savages laying waste to generations with depleted uranium, atomic bombs converting populations into particulates, nothing but statistics. Scary shockwave, makeshift airy graves strewn across vaporized enemy cities. Opposable thumbs lets us scrawl symbols constructing words and missiles. Push-button genocide reveals our wild side. essence of existence, survival laws are universal. In reality, morals are submerged as coral, destiny of decaying flowers. Functional members trapped by artificial parameters, membrane bubbles we call society, protected, sheltered from the real world. Superior abilities increases atrocities tenfold when man chooses primitive ways, ignoring light. Spiritual potential of human nature shines bright upon this cryptic realm of atoms, physical tastes of good and evil, giving us choices, meaningful experiences, continuance, demonic, angelic warfare. Dialectical duality of God and devil manifests everywhere, striking us forcefully as hammers to anvils, forging, even scourging, scouring, if possible.
Claws and paws, the animalistic side of free nature. That was awesome. That was a great write. Astounding.
I love,
Violent. Deep.
yeah, yeah, I love the
Wow.
savagery of it, very savage and brutal. And I love how it evolves and it talks about the animalistic and then the human as animalistic, and I also really love the rhythm and the flow of it. That was fun to read.
Yeah, that was a great write. Now, okay, I found the one. Christopher Johnson, under the spirituality prompt. Can one be made to see when love hath made us blind? Clarity, only memories I no longer wish to find. Our vision blurred as our words were slurred, spiritually, sensually, emotionally stirred, though nothing actually occurred. We shared a time and space, an energy, a connection. When first I saw her face, lost deep in reflection, like a kitten she purred. I touched her in the ways that she preferred. A sexual tension was clearly inferred, but suddenly her interest was deferred. I suppose it wasn't the time or place for intimate affection, but I wanted a taste. I brought protection just in case. In my mind she lives vividly, and I wonder sometimes where she might be, why she left inconspicuously, and leaving me longing spiritually.
Mm,
And that's
wow.
aw.
The bringing it down to that personal perspective of love, intimacy, passion, sexuality, and then eventually, longing and heartbreak.
Disappointment, which you cling to the joy that you experienced from the interlude. Sad, really.
Yeah, very much so. All right. Let's let's see if Joyce lifts our spirits, shall we?
Always.
All right, this is Vice and Virtue. Two peas from the same pod, raised identically, growing up together, sharing, giggling, playing, holding hands on the pathway of life until one night they dreamed the same dream of their futures and the opportunities awaiting while they awake, their Jekyll and Hyde. Two visions of the same illusion, vice and virtue, a binary division, one a child of the night, the other dire reality, forces pulling, sinister and dexter, microcosm of society's dilemmas, promote work hard, worship in worthless celebrity, smile at goodness, drool over scandal, game, set, and match to which deity? Hear the thrum of anticipation, a gladiatorial fight, which the good guy never wins. Play by the rules, the way to destruction. Play to destroy, the way to hell. Two peas, one now a jackal, the other the angel. Write your own ending, to the victor, the spoils.
That was a great piece about good and evil being one side of the same coin. They work cooperatively, and one cannot exist without the other. I really enjoyed that piece. It was very deep.
Yeah, the yin and the yang. And I thought it was really fascinating how in like the beginning, they're both kind of the same. And then there was like a divergence.
A total split, yes. Okay. The next one is another one by Jolie. So many steps ahead of me. The road seemed narrow and long. In those moments misunderstood, didn't see the trees or the wood. Youth ne'er questioning its stability and belong, of universal languages bespoke in energy, far and flung, fantasia in our midst, of questioning cognition and spirituality. The pull to a greater being of known exist, ne'er to sit in seance, sure of ghosted guides, or listening to the whispering eaves. Touch base with foundations etched in other worlds, or suggesting otherwise to one who believes. The universe extends you in its celestial light. Even gone the stars speak of you still. Mortality doth seek an answer to its plea. When understanding sees the route ahead, is all downhill. In the feather, in the flame, in the morning rising sun, in the rain that spoils a day we once did share, in the ramblings perusing the footsteps we were choosing, on a pathway no signpost standing there. I feel you in the dance of every living vibe. I know you in the heart of me growing old. I gravitate in earth's relate ascent beyond magnetic plate. Fate will take my soul where it's foretold. Wow, Elaine, that was spectacular. I love the weaving of the words and the flow and
Absolutely gorgeous wordplay. She is fantastic, and I loved how, in the beginning it's like it's really deep and it's really spiritual in a larger sense, but then she brings it back to the personal right at the end.
That was very well done. I very much enjoyed that piece.
Yeah, it was fantastic. All right. The ever so prolific Joyce West, Spirituality. I sit wine in hand with friends in the shimmering moonlight, laughing, joking, at first, then becoming philosophical. We divide broadly into two, those who do and those who don't. Those like me who do are not necessarily religious. We don't all believe in the spiritual, but our commonality is faith in mankind's spirituality. We talk of the soul and an inherent energy force, which allows us to recognize that good and evil and shades between exist in all of us, and in their being signify an energy force lasting beyond our lighted lifespan. Some feel this more strongly, but we communicate non-verbally. Our shared experience is that we are the ones who do, while those who don't look bemused, thinking us the fools, some smiling or looking quizzical. Shall I criticize them for being simpler souls, or rather pity them for not experiencing the emotions that an innate sense of spirituality provides, for better or for worse? For without it, I would not be whole.
Wow, that was beautifully crafted.
I love
Amazing.
the twin perspectives in conflict. I love the bit about the thinking us fools and quizzical looks, and then on the other side, should we pity them, simple souls?
All right, that was great. Joyce really had some deep thoughts to contemplate this week. She went
Yeah,
she went places. I was impressed. All the way to the dark, to the death's doorway, to psychological implications. She's multifaceted. Okay. This one is mine. I wrote this one for my man. Okay. Hopefully I'll mess it up. That'd be embarrassing. I've sacrificed, prayed, and fasted, ritualized my whole damn life. I've been a teacher, preacher, bleeder, the Kool-Aid pouring occult leader, nirvana eluded, redemption deluded, salvation never lasts. I've worshipped forms of alabaster and destroyed all the casts. The gods are crazy and the purpose is hazy. Forgive me heroic strife. Stoically philo humbled now, I dedicate my life to my home in the night, where I found the light in the eyes of a beautiful man. I no longer care to analyze or even want to understand. My God holds my hand.
oh,
I wrote that for you. I love you so very much.
I adore you
You're amazing.
so completely. Oh, that gives me shivers and makes me all swoony and melty. I love your devotion. You are the best ever. You treat me so good.
You are a great man. Brilliant, beautiful, amazing. I love you. My God, my king, my everything.
Everything for you, my love.
That was for you. Because you're perfect.
Right back at you, beautiful. All right, this is mine for you. This is for the salvation prompt. Screaming only. Languishing, anguishing in gathering Gethsemane. Salvations from sainthood, elation ascetic. Exhausted of morbid mortification rhetoric. Derelict, denial, self-condescension, conditioning. She lifts me from perdition, petitioning. Alewine opals, deep, oceanic eyes fluorescent. Sapphire sacral dancing in feral hair sanguine. Supple velvet curvature mouth melting shores. Worshipful hands clasped. Devotion adores. Stripping me of horsehair and sackcloth recourse. Ruination graying was I in the darkest of hopeless holiness. Did you know how lost I was? Shrieking in the wilderness, the little boy wandering forever dreaming, now every cell forever screaming, only you, only you, only you.
Ooh, that gives me chills. I love the part about stripping the sackcloth and embracing the feelings of pride, you know, dropping humility and being arrogant. That was a great undertone, This is a beautiful piece. I love it so very much.
You truly do inspire me.
You are an amazing writer. Nothing compares to you.
Thank you.
I am blessed.
So am I.
Okay. I think this next one is the one where we hit the Instagram, and you have to do them all because of the way that I'm on this phone.
Okay, no problem.
All the rest of yours.
All right. I also got another one, which was a last minute inclusion. Let me find these. Okay. This is a last minute inclusion before I get to the other ones, because this one is just easier to find. This one is by Mikhail Turfa Akunda, called Solemn Communion. Hear thee, my silent sounds. Let thy exuding power wave through the weakened chambers of my heart. Let it please thee that I be cleansed of doubt in thy mystical prisms, by which a declarative be makes manifest an infinite millions of triumph. Formless I am, before thee in awful shame, as I do penance, and seek chastity against my reviling treachery, to be made whole and new. I stoop that the glare of thy glory be not unto me a wrathful snare. That
Dang.
was, yeah, that was spectacular wordplay that had kind of a classical variant to it, and I love the sense of overcoming things, which I think is very strong.
Yes, I agree. That was a great piece.
And now we have a piece that came to us directly from the Instagram. And this is by at Ima underscore well underscore man. All of us are vessels of luminous light. We aren't bodies with souls. We are soaring souls with bodies, stuffed inside cluttered, cracked, broken clay jars. Our rigid, soft shells are cramped cages. We are broken-winged birds, singing, stirring songs, elevating and uplifting one another. We are not alone. So many fighting personal battles. We were made to carry one another. Oh, that we would learn to fly by embracing one another.
That really brought mine to, to Plato and about how the body is a prison for the soul, and we are not liberated until our death. I thought he really took a very Platonic perspective there.
Yeah,
It's very well.
that's a fantastic interpretation. I love that piece. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for contributing that. All right, up next we have. Okay, we already read this one. This was the Adams 7 one, which we already got. I
Okay.
I think that actually might be it. There was just the one Instagram one, I believe.
Okay.
But let me check to make absolutely sure, because we
Sure.
don't want to accidentally miss anybody. So bear with me while I scroll. One. Okay. Yes, that is everybody.
Great. That was quite a list this week. Thank you so much to everybody who contributed. It was a great week.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So many top drawer pieces. Thank you everybody who contributed, whether it was through Facebook or Instagram. And we have our collaboration week. So if you are a member of the Facebook page of the Poetry Society, then get your collab on and tag us, and we'll be happy to read it. And you may find yourself on Instagram. And also, if you're on Instagram and you have a collaborative piece and somebody already tagged me a wonderful one, which I'm going to put up tomorrow, then tag your piece to at the.poetrykingdom. All right, so this has been me, Patrick, James, Arthur, Gustin Cann, and the beautiful, fantastic, perfect, adoration, love of my life, Brandie Elaine.
I love you madly. I had such a great time. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
so did I. Love you crazy.
I love you.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you on the other side, my love. And goodbye to everybody else. Have a good evening.
Good night.